Oh, what's going on, people? Hope you guys are having good day. Bear with me a second. Let me get this shared out. Hang on a moment. Oh, I am done working for the day. Um, I've got house sorted, I've got projects sorted, I've got the car loaded. I leave about, I'll probably leave, um, I'll probably leave here about 5 a.m. in the morning. Because I have um like a 12-hour drive tomorrow. I've got to get to Akron, Ohio. For Acronomicon, which takes place Saturday morning. Hang on a second. Trying to find my damn video here in order to share it out. Why is it not showing? Excuse me. Oh boy. Right. If you are trying to chat, you'll need to create a YouTube channel. It's free, but um, you'll need to create a YouTube channel in order to hang out and chat. For your chat to show up, you know. I figure we could hang out for a little bit, talk comics. That way I'm not sitting in there working on anything. I've been going since I think I've been up since about 5:30 this morning. Um, so a lot going on. Like I said, I'm all packed up and ready to leave for Acro Comic Con. That is this Saturday, February the 7th. So I'm driving up tomorrow. Um, we got a lot going on. That is for sure. OmniServo Kickstarter launched yesterday, I believe, and it's already fully funded. Earlier today, they were only about $100 from their first stretch goal. So congrats to Mike Harris on that. That's really awesome. We also launched the pre-sale for Nicholas and the first retailer exclusive for Rise of the Mummy. So congrats to him on that, and a huge thank you, of course, to Nicholas for wanting to do a retailer exclusive for an indie book. That's really really cool of him. If you guys aren't supporting that, make sure you guys check it out. Make sure you guys show him some love. Um, really good dude. He's big on supporting indie artists and creators. So that's a good one. Um, um, let's see. So yeah, we got a lot going on this week. We launch Psycho Sal Omnibus Collector's Edition next weekend, February the 14th, Valentine's Day. um, and of course, this is the cover for the Psycho Sal Omnibus, line art by me and colors by the incredible badass Dave Kemp. Um, what's up, Michael? What's up, everybody? Also, a heads up, I'm raffling off a $450 set of Olo markers, brand spanking new. I only used a couple of the markers out of the set just to test out to get so I could give my thoughts on the marker as a whole. So if you guys haven't had a chance to jump on that raffle, whether you're an artist or you have a family member that's an artist or a friend that's an artist, excuse me, great odds on that raffle, great entry fee. So um, go grab go grab a spot on that. That's a damn good um, raffle and a chance to win a really great prize for yourself or someone you know. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think it's about half full. So let's finish that out for sure. What's that undo for? What did that just pop up? Damn it. Um, hang on 1 second. But yeah, we got a lot going on. February is going to be a busy month. March is going to be ridiculously busy. I'm going every single weekend of March. I'm going this weekend for Acronomicon in Akron, Ohio, and then excuse me, sorry guys. And then I'm home next weekend, but then I turn around and leave the following week for um, Andrea will get to go with me on that one. We leave next the Friday the 13th. No, I'm sorry, the weekend after that, the 20th or 21st or whatever it is. We leave then. Um, for shit, I'm having a brain fart. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. Texoma, Jesus. So we leave for Texoma um, on the 20th or 21st or something like that. Um, that's Chris and Kimberly Hayes's show they put on in Durant, Oklahoma. If you haven't done that show or been to that show, you really should check it out. It really is a great show. Um, so that is like the 21st, 22nd, I believe. But yeah, that's a good show. Let's see, I'm trying to think. some other stuff we might have. Um, bum, 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 bum. Um, hey, what's up, Riley? Doing good, doing good. I'm just taking a break from work. I'm pretty much done for the day. I've been going since about 5:30 this morning, give or take, probably around 6. But I've got everything packed. I've got to leave super, super, super early in the morning for Akron, Ohio, for Akron Namicon. Um, we like I said, we launched guys. If you're trying to talk in chat, you have to make a YouTube account in order for it to read your comments in chat. Of course, it's free, but make sure you make a YouTube account. Come and go live here for about an hour, hour and a half, and hang out with you guys. Because, like I said, I've got to get up about 4:30 in the morning, and I'm going to leave about 5. It's about a 12-hour drive, 13-hour drive, something like that, all the way up to the Great Lakes almost. So it will be a long day, and I'll be there for a one-day show, and then I turn around and come home Sunday. So yeah, but and a huge thank you to Jason Miller and them for bringing me out for that show. I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, make sure you guys are make sure you make you an account. But yeah, we so excuse me. So we launched the retailer exclusive today for Rise of the Mummy. Cover turned out great. It's been really cool seeing that come to life. An artist named David. Is it Gerard? David. Make sure I say his name right. Gerard, I think. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. He's an artist out of Canada who did the artwork for that cover for Nicholas, and then Dan Kemp, Dave's brother, did the colors on that. So that pre-sale launched today. Let me see here. I think I've got. Yeah, let me save this real quick. I may already have it on my computer, but let me save it real quick. And I'll show you guys. And they did do some variants for that cover with these gold, red, green, and blue. Oh, that figures. What's up, Mitch? Yeah, it's crazy how that goes sometimes, man. But yeah, David and Dan absolutely killed the colors and artwork on this, and of course, it's an homage to Spawn. What was it? Spawn number 15 or something? Or I think it was a Capullo cover. So it was a homage to that, and they did a great job on it. It's really cool. And for those that don't know what that is, Rise of the Mummy is my creator-owned IP. It's a one-shot comic, one story, but it's about two of my daughters versus a mummy in the 1920s in Egypt. I also did another one-shot earlier this year that was, or excuse me, I did last year that was about my other two daughters versus a werewolf in the Appalachian Mountains, and that was a one-shot comic also. So that's available on my website and stuff. And of course, Psycho Sal is almost done printing. I got an email from the printers on that stuff, the printer in New York and the printer in Arizona. So Psycho Sal will be shipping here soon to me, and then I'll get everything sorted. If everything goes good and I get the books in, by middle of next week, end of next week is kind of when I'm hoping they'll hit. Next Friday at the latest. I'm home next weekend, so I'll spend the weekend sorting and packaging all the Psycho Sal #9 books. And come, the following Monday, Tuesday, all the Psycho Sal books should be shipped out to you guys. So I'm hoping, worst case scenario, we'll have all the books by the end of next week. Hopefully the middle of next week. And then, of course, don't forget, what's up, Jim? Don't forget, guys, February the 14th, we launch the Kickstarter for the Psycho Sal Omnibus. And that's going to be a collector's edition that has all 9 issues in one book. There'll be a softback version and a hardback version. And we, of course, will definitely be doing a blood cover for that too. Let me see if I have I know I've seen the blood cover. Let me see if I got the trade dress version from Lori yet. Did I not? Hang on one second, guys. Let me Hey, Lori, can you wait a minute? Hold on one second. No, that's not right. I'm pretty sure I already have that. Hold up one second, guys. Bear with me, because I really want to show it to you guys. But let me see. Because Dave should. Oh yeah, okay. I thought I was right. Yeah, let me show you this, guys. Holy Jesus. This is absolutely insane. So we're going to have the regular softback edition, the regular hardback edition, but then we'll also have the blood cover for each of those also. And this is what the blood cover looks like. Dude, that is insane. So that'll all be on there. So sorry about that. So yeah, so that's the blood cover. And of course, this is the regular cover for it. So this right here is going to look absolutely insane, especially on the hardback. So I'm super excited about that. So yeah, Dave Kemp did the colors for me on that cover, and he just absolutely killed it. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one. That launches February 14th. And then, like I said, The Rise of the Mummy, retailer exclusive for Nicholas, launched today. Make sure you guys, listen to me for a second. Make damn sure, you guys, when we get these, because this is rare. In general, it's rare. When retailers want to do a exclusive for an indie book, that's extremely rare. Most retailers don't do retailer exclusives for indie books. Psycho Sal's had a bunch. They've had a good bit of retailer exclusives for #1 and Comic-Con exclusives for #1 and stuff like that, which is still rare. But when these guys do this, because they could be doing, company, hey, sweetie, they could be doing, image exclusives or Dynamite or any of these other companies for their exclusives for their stores, or they could be doing, Do You Poos and Hardly Thin exclusives. So when these guys choose to do an exclusive with an indie book, I'm not joking when I say that is rare. So do me a solid, guys, because Nicholas is a great guy. He's very good with customers and stuff like that. He always puts customers first. He's really good about supporting indie creators. He always backs my projects and stuff like that, along with some other indie creators. So do me a solid, guys. Go over there and drop $25 on a regular trade dress, or grab one of the foils, or grab one of the medals. But go do that for me, okay? As much giveaways as I do for everybody, come on, go show some love. Go grab one of those books for Nicholas off the pre-sale. And you won't regret it in general. It's a really good story. Now, those books, the retailer exclusives, along with the Rise of the Mummy Kickstarter books, they all go to print on the 18th of this month. So we'll have them in hand, sometime in March. But but do that for me, okay? Because at least share the post out. Now, for any of you guys that are into the 11x17 medals, I have 2 each left of the Batman medal on the pre-sale, and 2 left of the Ghost Rider of my new prints that are going to be. Now, I'm going to have the regular prints of these on my wall at shows this year. These are my new ones, along with the new Harley Quinn. Did I not save the Harley Quinn on here? Hang on one second, and I'll show you guys what the new Harley Quinn looks like. But yeah, do a solid for me on that. Go over there, make sure you guys show Nicholas some love. If you haven't backed the Omnia Servo #2 Kickstarter yet, make sure you go do that also. That Kickstarter is pretty damn badass. It's a good book. I think you'll like it. And I'll show you my little flyer for that here in just a second, because you can actually get my trade dress, my Virgin, and the what's called a sketch cover, which is the line work of that cover. So I've got 3 options on there, but let me show you guys this real quick. Damn it, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Where the hell is it? Where are you? Where are you, Miss Harley? Oh my goodness. There it is. So this is going to be a new regular print also. I'm not doing a metal version of this one. Just going to be a regular print that I'll have at shows and have on my website. But that's the new Harley Quinn. Beautiful colors by Dave Kemp. Especially love the way he did the background and everything on it. So that's going to be on my website. That's going to be at my table at shows, along with the new Ghost Rider and Batman that'll be on the website and at shows at my table also. But if you want one of the medals, I have 2 of each left. And then and here's the for Omnia Servo. I thought I just saved that. Did I not? Oh, I think I did, but I just didn't load it to StreamYard. Yeah, that's what it was. So here's my little ad on the come on. So there's my little ad on the Omnia Servo #2. And of course, I did a female version of Ares, the God of War. And I don't have a close, let me see if I have a close-up picture of that I can show you. me see if oh yeah, dude, here you go. I can show you this one. So here's a proper close up that I can show you. And I'm super excited for the next one because I'll be doing a female version of Hades, the god of hell. But there you go. There's my cover for Omni Servo #2, colors by Marcia. I had a lot of fun with that cover. That one was a lot of fun. But yeah, if you jump over there, there's 3 styles: the trade dress, the virgin, and the what we call the sketch cover, the line work. So that's over there right now. So if you get a chance, go back to that for Mike Harris. But yeah, it's so we got that going on. Then we got the pre-sale for Rise of the Mummy. This weekend I'm in Akron, Ohio for Akronomicon. Saturday, February the 7th. Next weekend should have the Psycho Style #9 books in by next weekend. The hats are being printed right now. Those should be done in the next few days. Stretch goals and everything should be almost done printing. And then the weekend of the 21st, 22nd, I believe are the dates for February 21st, 22nd. I will be at Texoma in Durant, Oklahoma. Hang on one second. Let's see if I can find the little ad for that. So that'll be a good show. Like I said, if you're near Durant, Oklahoma, you definitely need to check that show out. It's a great one. Trying to think there's anything. I mean, we got a whole lot going on in March. Like I said, I'll be going every single weekend of March to shows from Texas to Florida to back to Ohio, back to Texas. If you got any questions, just let me know, guys. Trying to think of anything else that I might need to let you know. Go grab a spot on that raffle, guys. So there's that raffle for the art. I mean, for the $450 worth of Olo markers. That's a good prize. Damn good entry fee and damn good odds. Okay, is everybody just like there's like 5 or 6 people in here? Is everybody just being super quiet, listening to me run my mouth, or is YouTube just slow with people talking? I think that's about it. What's up, Cass? I know for March. Where's my stuff? I know for March, I've got Big Texas Terror, March 6th through the 8th in San Antonio, Texas. I've got then the very next weekend, Fan Expo Cleveland, March 13th through the 15th in Cleveland, Ohio. And then, of course, back to MegaCon Orlando, March 19th through the 22nd, Orlando, Florida. And then the last weekend of that month, I'll be at Mockingbird Lane, This is the first year for their show. It looks like it's going to be a really good show. They got a really solid lineup for a first year show. That's March 27th through 29th, and that's back in San Antonio. I've got a couple shows I'm waiting to hear back from for April. And then May, of course, I'll be back in Denver, Colorado for Fan Expo Denver 28th through 31st. So there's still some shows that we're waiting to hear from. Some shows we get, some shows I'll get answers from relatively quickly when I apply or when I ask for a guest invite or whatever the case. And then some of them, it'll take you a month or two to get an answer. So we'll see. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Saturday's a good day to be there. Denver's a good show. If you're in or near Denver, Colorado for Fan Expo Denver, that really is a good show. You should really check it out. I mean, there's a lot of really good shows this side of the Rockies. There's a lot of really good small shows, and there's a lot of really good big shows. So it kind of just, depends on, what it is you like, what type of show you like to go to, whether it's one that has 80,000 people on a Saturday, or whether it's one that has, 400 or 500. Because so don't, I always try to tell people, if you got a smaller show near you, don't be afraid to go check it out, because just because a show is small does not mean that it's a weak show. I do, I'm one of a handful of pros that does small shows, middle shows, and large mega shows. And I like doing the small shows also. I've done some shows that were about the size of a gymnasium, me being the biggest damn name in the building, outside of any, like TV actors or movie actors that they may have brought in. Comic related. I've been to a lot of shows where I was the biggest name in the room, comic related. And they were great shows. I wish more artists would do some of those, because not everybody lives close enough to go to any of these really big shows, or maybe they can't afford to pay for a flight and hotels. So yeah, I kind of wish some more of the pros would do some of the smaller shows. Now, don't get me wrong, the smaller shows can be a gamble. I've had a couple that I've done small shows that supposedly the year before they were packed and they did great, and that year, we saw 50 people. So it does, sometimes that can happen. Oh, wow. Well, you'll like that one, because Denver's big. That Denver Fan Expo is a big show, man. It's big. But what's cool about it is it's got a great variety of Artist Alley stuff. It has a really good variety of pro artists on Pro Row. It has a really good variety of vendor booths, including, people selling statues, to people selling anything and everything in between. Cons, cons can definitely be a gamble, because even for myself, who's been doing this 8 years, and I've gotten more pro invites last year and more pro invites this year, that still doesn't equal out to a lot of safe zone. Because, as an up and coming pro, when you do get pro invites, you don't always get hotel paid for and your table given to you. You'll usually just get the table, which, don't get me wrong, that can be anywhere from a $300 table at a small show to a $600, $700, $800 table at a big show, at a mega show. So I'm, even if they just give me a table, I'm super grateful for that. That still saves a ton of money. And then I can, every once in a while I'll get, someone who is willing to that wants me to come out to their show, and they'll give me a table at their show, and they'll cover 2 nights of my hotel stays at their show. That's relatively rare. Every year I can probably count that scenario on 1.5 hands. Even if it's just one, that's rare. So I'm extremely grateful for when that happens. And, that's why I always say that artists really need to understand how lucky they are when they get those pro invites, whether it's just the benefit of a free table or table plus hotel. That's why they need to have their ass there when the doors open. They need to stay till at least till 30 minutes before the doors close. And they need to be at their table as much as possible during that day instead of hanging out at other people's tables doing whatnot shows. When you're in pro row, you should be respectful to the promoter who gave you that table to be there, regardless if that's the only thing you got was the table. You guys have heard me talk about that before. I've been in pro row plenty of times at shows and watched people that were given tables never at their table. And some of those guys are big enough pros. They probably got their hotels and flights paid for. Maybe not all the time, but a good bit of it. And it is a disrespectful thing, but that is, sometimes I do get invites from small Comic-Cons that, are willing to give me a table for their show and or hotel costs also. And I'm super grateful for that because, again, that's rare. It really is rare. And that's why you need to be respectful of it. You need to be mindful of it. I mean, do I want to drive from here to Cleveland, to Akron, Ohio tomorrow, a 13-hour drive and probably what's going to be shitty weather? I don't know, because I don't know what the road conditions are up there. I know they still had cold temperatures, so I don't even know how melty, or how clear the roads are. I have no clue. But when someone invites you like that and they're willing to bring you in, you got to try to do your best to make the trip. But don't be afraid to go check out those small shows. And I say that because I've heard people make comments. Oh, well, that's a small show. It's not worth my time going to that. I'm going to be blunt with you. That's kind of a silly, dumbass way to look at it. Sorry if that offends anybody, but I've been to a lot of small shows. I've done a lot of small shows that were actually really good. So it's worth checking out, in my opinion. It's worth giving that shot to, because those people spend a lot of money to bring those people in. Yes, they're collecting money from a lot of the other tables, a lot of the other booths, sure. But they still have to rent the facility. They still have to pay for some of these voice actors and actors and some of us pro artists to come in. To be honest with you, Kaz, unless they changed, I did the Tupelo show. Now, to be fair, when I did the Tupelo show, it was probably pre-COVID. And I think James Gunn's brother was there, and that was dead. It was dead, man. I'm sure it may be better now. I don't know. The bad thing about Mississippi shows is 9 times out of 10, when a Mississippi show is happening, I'm always booked at something bigger somewhere else. I don't know why that works out that way. I mean, I've been living here 8 years. I've done Mississippi Comic-Con one time. And I won't do that show again, and not out of my own pocket. So, I mean, because every other year I'm booked somewhere else, somewhere bigger. So I don't know whether that's them just not being smart about the dates they set, or maybe those are just the only dates they could get. I hate that the shows that are technically local to me. I mean, the one show's 20 minutes down the road from me, and I'm better off driving 8 hours away to a bigger show. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to bash anybody. It's just, I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like if you're paying for some of these people got prices on their damn tables that does not deserve those prices. They're too high. They're way too damn high. Also, you know, here's the other thing. You know, I walked through that show and I set up at it, and there were probably only 6 comic artists there out of a show that's called Comic-Con. That's the other thing that hurts. If you don't have a lot of artists at your damn Comic-Con that draw comics, the majority of people that come there, they're not there to buy what we sell. They're there to buy t-shirts. They're there to buy toys. They're there to buy trinkets and shit like that. And sadly, that's what that show was. And again, I'm not bashing it. You know, I just think a lot of these Comic-Cons need to stop trying to sell out their tables as fast as they can and police their tables a little better about who they bring in or who they let buy tables. You know, if you're going to have a Comic-Con, if you're going to call yourself a Comic-Con, I'm sorry, 50% of your show should be comic related sellers selling comics and comic artists and creators, etc. That's the way it should be. And now you're seeing a lot of these mid-size shows like that one. They're just letting anybody buy a table that wants to buy a table. I mean, that show had someone selling freaking insurance. You know, it had someone selling insurance. It had someone selling what was that other booth I saw? What was it? One was selling insurance. I mean, shit, one of the booths was the damn Natural History Museum, you know? So I mean, you know, I mean, shit, you had 2 pro artists there that you stuck off in a back corner, and where you had the pro row, it wasn't pro row, but the other pro artists were on this other row with 2 cosplayers. Why the fuck do you have 2 cosplayers sitting on the same row with 2 other professional artists while you stick 2 other professional artists off in another damn side room? Cosplayers should never, ever, I don't give a shit what anybody's got to say about that. Cosplayers should never, ever be sitting on the same row as professional comic artists. Sorry. When it comes to that, any shops that want to use some of our books as retailer exclusives, they can just reach out to us and we give them special pricing for using our books. Like if they wanted to carry Psycho Sound #1 in their store and see how it sells, they can do a 25 minimum order, and I give them a really good discount on that order, and which is just actually a couple dollars over what it costs to print. And then they sell those books in their store for, $10, $12, $10, $15 a pop. And I also sign as many of them as they want for free. But 25 is the minimum. Now, if they want to carry something more mainstream, like when I do my my artist exclusives, like I did for Feral #10 or Department of Truth #0 or Darkness #1 that I just did. Like if they want to do one of those retailer bundles, I have those too. It's a 25 book minimum on that for a certain price. And then they sell that in their store for whatever fee they want to. Most people sell them for like $15 to $20 a piece. Yeah, but so I mean, we're seeing a lot of that right now where we have places, and it's usually the small shows or the medium shows that are doing it, because I think they're so paranoid that they won't sell out of all their tables and their booths. They just let anybody have them, first come, first serve. And in my personal opinion, and a lot of other pro artists' opinion, that's a terrible way to fill a Comic-Con. You might as well change the name to that shit to Yard Sale Village or some shit. I don't know. because if you don't have comic books at your Comic-Con and you don't have comic artists and creators at your Comic-Con, you're not a fucking Comic-Con. Sorry, excuse my language, but you're not a Comic-Con. You are a flea market. Sorry. You know, and it's misleading to fans because the majority of people that are buying stuff comic related, you know, they're in their 30s plus. You know, little kids really aren't buying comics enough. That's not what's supporting the industry. It's people our age, a little younger, and a little older. So they're used to Comic-Cons having comic stuff. And sadly, we are seeing that happen a lot. And like I said, I think it's because they're so paranoid that they won't sell out before the show that they just let anybody. And that's why you see shit tons of 3D printers at a con. You see crap loads of sticker sellers. And what's sad is the sticker booths aren't art because they didn't draw those. They went on Amazon, they ordered 1,000 pack of damn stickers, or, you know, paying probably a few cents a piece for them. And they're over here at a con set up selling them to you for $5 a pop. Yeah, I mean, that, you know, like, now, don't get me wrong. I understand why a lot of retail shops, they're nervous about trying to carry copies of indie books in their stores. Because if they're not staying on top of it, that shit will sit there. Because most fans, if they don't recognize something, most don't really give it a shot. They get in their little damn comfort zone and they don't want to read nothing else, don't want to buy nothing else but the shit they've been buying for the last 20 years, whether it sucks or not, whether it's a shitty time in the writing or not. They'll still buy it because they've been buying that same book for the last 20 years. So the way it works best is if a comic shop wants to carry, you know, like Psycho Sal #1 and see how it sells. And then if it sells good, order other issues. The part they have to do is they have to push that book. So, you know, put it on the counter right there where people are checking out. And every time somebody checks out, oh, hey guys, we got a brand new book in this month. It's from an indie creator. It's such and such. It's about this, this, and this. Like, they need to know the book and they need to push the book, but they don't do that. They'll stick it over there on their shelf somewhere, and that's where it goes, and it just vanishes into limbo. It sits there till they throw it in the back issues or some shit, and then they'll sit and talk shit about how it didn't sell. Well, it didn't sell because you didn't try to sell it. You can't expect fans to buy shit they don't know nothing about. So, you know, retailers got to do a little bit of work their damn selves. You know, but most don't. Let's just be blunt about it. Hell, most don't even greet people that walk through their damn door, let alone try to sell them something. And I know that for a damn fact. I've been in hundreds of stores where I walk in and they never said a damn word. Walk around for 20 or 30 minutes and not a single employee saying shit. And then they'll bitch how nobody shops with them no more. They'll bitch about how their store's about to close down. Well, the only reason anyone comes in a comic shop is just for that small inkling of convenience that they don't have to wait on the mail, but they're in there for customer service. That's the main reason they're there. So if you're neglecting your absolute main purpose, which is customer service, making someone feel welcome, making someone feel like they matter, no wonder everybody's buying all their shit online, because, you know, they don't have to leave their house and be ignored. So most comic shops don't want to mess with it, because the sad truth of the matter is most comic shops don't want to work. Sorry, boo-boos. I mean, when I can walk into stores all over the damn country and not even get a hello and a welcome, y'all don't want to work. Y'all want to sit behind your desk and play on your phone or whatever the hell it is you're doing. And, you know, you sell your books to the damn subscribers that order every month. And then for some reason you think you're doing good. You know, it's the same, but it's the same way in our industry. Artists sit around, don't do shit, bitch because they're not making no money, but yet they don't want to work. They don't want to put in the time. They'll go to a show, bitch about how they haven't made money at a show, but they haven't been at their table the majority of the day to make money. I mean, I literally just heard a pro artist bitch about that at Fan Expo New Orleans last month. Somebody asked him how, one of the other artists said, hey man, how's your day going? Oh man, I ain't made no money today. And I didn't say shit, but I probably should have, but I didn't. His ass had an 8-hour day and he probably hadn't been at his table more than 3 hours, if that. How the hell are you not going to be at your table and then bitch because you haven't made no money at your table? You see what I mean? It's everybody else's fault, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's true. I know exactly who you're talking about. I mean, let's be honest. That's another case in point that they don't give a shit about the comic side. I mean, when you are a comic shop owner and you have at least 2 pros within 10 minutes of your store and you don't hardly ever ask them in, if at all, to set up, you don't give a shit about the comic side. All you care about is the Magic the Gathering and the Pokemon shit. The comic shit's just, you just got it there for the monthly subscriptions. It's sad. It really is, man. It's sad that comic shops aren't what they used to be. Now, are there some good comic shops out there that do it the way you're supposed to do it? Yes. Living Dead Comics in Florida, they do it the way it's supposed to be done. Gabe's Capes Comics and Collectibles in El Dorado, Arkansas does it the way it's supposed to be done. Pastime Comics in Watauga, Texas does it the way it's supposed to be done. Now there's some other ones, you know, I just can't think of them off my head. I'm sure there's some other ones that do it the way it's supposed to be done, but there's a lot that have no interest. But the same thing applies to the Comic-Cons. You know, the Comic-Cons don't really do it the way it used to be done. You know, they don't really give 2 shakes in a lot of scenarios about whether people show up or don't show up. And that's sad. But like I said, even in that is the sad thing is, that is, you know, they are, that's a lot of the world as a whole right now. People don't want to work, you know. They'll blame it on lack of pay. They'll blame it on other co-worker half-asses everything. So why should I work hard? I can't fathom it. It blows my mind to not have a work hard mentality. You know, I was raised that way from, you know, and don't get me wrong, I can be an ass in a lot of areas, but I can't fathom how you can't have work ethic, because I don't give a shit if Joe Blow next to me is bullshitting around all day. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. Now, do I wish his ass would get fired? Yeah, because he's not doing shit. You know, but the sad thing is you walk into any restaurant, you walk into any company, the hard work mentality is very rare now. I mean, I don't know how many times I've walked into places and I can't even get somebody's attention behind the counter because they're on their phone behind the counter, you know? So, you know, everybody's got a shitty work ethic now for the most part. You see it everywhere. You know, is it frustrating for people who do have a work ethic? Absolutely. There's nothing more aggravating than you being a hard worker, a go-getter, a break yourself to get the job done, and then watch asshole over here who doesn't do shit, that's always screwing up, but can kiss the right ass, get shit handed to them that you can't get. Yeah, you see it in the art world all the time. People that kiss ass and make buddy-buddy with the right people, and they get shit handed to them that they clearly haven't earned. You just have to ignore it. Yeah, and to be fair, that's rare right there, Jim. Most jobs, they don't give a shit about you. So that's where a lot of that mentality comes from. Why should I break my ass for this company that doesn't want to pay me a half decent wage? And then if something happens, they put me out the damn door like I'd never mattered. And I've been in that boat. I've had my job, my position eliminated on a Friday, 10 minutes till 5 o'clock with zero notice. A company I was with for, 5+ years at that time that I busted my ass for. So that's where that comes from. And, and sadly, everybody starts going that same mentality. Why should I give a shit? They'll fire me on Friday when they're tired of me. It's not like, it's just one of those damn, snake eating its tail scenario. Very few jobs these days treat their employees like they freaking matter. Oh, that's no problem, man. I appreciate you guys. And I mean, that's the way all the artists should be. Artists and creators, you guys have heard me say this 100 times. Every single damn one of them should be treating fans that way. Because without the fans, there's no us. I mean, it's not the other way around, as much as these big-headed assholes like to make everybody think that the world revolves around them. And if it weren't for them, the comic world would collapse. No, it's not. And that's why a lot of them don't like me, because I'll call out that stupid shit. It's childish, it's petty, and it's pathetic. Fans deserve to be treated with respect. Now, are you going to have fans that are going to kind of act shitty sometimes? And I don't even know how they're called fans when they behave that way, but it happens. I mean, I've had fans that's made snide ass comments. I've had fans, tell me I should be doing, this, that, or the other. When I'm not asking for their permission to do shit. I've had fans kind of be rude sometimes. Now, it's in my experience, it's kind of rare, but it occasionally happens. Yeah, exactly. You have to, Cass. I mean, I had some dumbass make some remark about my damn two different tattoos. I had one guy who was one of my fans, and I'm one of the people, I don't give a shit how long you've been a fan. I don't give a shit how much money you spent with me in that scenario. If you disrespect me, bye-bye. I don't care. I'll block you right then. So I had one guy that was a fan that I posted this tattoo. I just finished it up at the tattoo shop, and she took a picture, and it wasn't a great angle because, you're trying to take this kind of picture, and it was all, inflamed a little because, you just got it tattooed. So it's a bit red and patchy because of the heat and everything, a little bit of swelling that's in it. And I posted it, and obviously I posted another picture later once it healed proper. But one of the guys, he said, yeah, I'm sorry, that looks like shit. First off, I didn't ask his damn opinion about what it looked like. I posted it as a record for myself because Facebook is a great way to keep up with pictures instead of my phone. So, he made that comment. First off, bitch, you didn't pay for it. Second, I didn't ask your opinion. Third, in my personal opinion, you don't tell anybody their tattoos look like shit. That's a permit. And trust me, I've seen some bad tattoos. But it does you no good to say that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't buy it. They didn't ask you what you thought. And it's a permanent thing they can't fix right that moment. So somebody sharing it, obviously they like it. So if you ain't got shit to say that's positive, don't say shit. Well, he's bought stuff from me before. And you know what? I told him right there on the post, well, I didn't ask your opinion, and your opinion's shitty as hell. So bye-bye. And he went straight to the block list. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me whether you spent money in that scenario. Same way with this one on the neck. Some dumbass artist wanted to make this snide-ass comment, one that was begging me for work. That's funny. That's always funny when they're begging you for a cover job and their artwork's mediocre. And then, he makes a comment. He didn't say it to me direct. And I guess he didn't think I would see the comment. But, when you're friends with someone on Facebook, even if they comment on someone else's post that that are not friends with you, sometimes that post will pop up on your news feed where they commented on that post because they try to get you to see each other's interests. So somebody had made a post, just a generalized question. It said, "What's a pet peeve tattoo for you?" And he commented on it. Someone that gets a bat tattooed on their neck. I mean, how much of a dumbass can you be? You're an amateur artist with mediocre art, and you're begging other artists with IPs for work, and then you're going to go make a shitty ass comment like that? Well, he went straight to the block list. None of my people will hire him. So not only did he screw himself out of possible work with me, none of the people that know me will hire him either. So yes, sometimes supposed fans and supposed supporters can make shitty, smart ass, backhanded, rude comments. But like I said, it's relatively rare. Most of the time you're dealing with that shit from other damn artists that, I had one guy show out because I wouldn't take his friend invite on Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck is this, kindergarten? I mean, he showed out he showed out. Like, he sent me a friend invite, and I don't look at all the friend invites all the time. I just don't. I got other shit to do. I'm busy instead of surfing who sent me a friend invite. But I just, I never paid it any attention, or maybe I did. I don't know. But either way, I didn't take the friend invite. He jumped in some live video I was in one time, went to making snide ass comments because I hadn't taken his friend invite. Then when I was like, well, I hadn't seen it, I've been busy. I just kind of blew it off like that. Then he turns around and he starts talking shit about me because, I didn't take his friend invite. Like, this isn't kindergarten. I don't have to be their friends, But he got all ass hurt about that. I don't even remember the damn guy's name. Yeah, exactly, Jim. So there is all kinds of weird shit you do kind of deal with in this industry. But when it comes to fans, you need to be respectful. You need to be courteous, and you need to realize, especially the fans that are showing you love, that are buying your merch, that are sharing out your content. You got to make sure you're being respectful to them, and you're trying to, genuinely show them you appreciate what you're doing. And sadly, we have a major lacking of that in this industry. Way too many artists, just because they've made a certain amount of money, think their shit doesn't stink and think they're above everybody. We see it all the time. The marker bleed. Oh, that was the dude. That was the one that made the comment about this after I blocked him. So as anyone who's an artist, that's right. So anyone who's an artist, who's a professional artist that does enough work to know it, I'm pretty sure that was him. Well, I'll explain the story and you tell me if this was him, because it has to be him. This is the only time this has ever happened that I'm aware of. So if you're a pro artist or an artist in general that does a lot of artwork on sketch blanks are not equal. Up until about the last 3 years, sketch blanks were rough. Slicky material. They didn't want to take ink. They didn't want to take alcohol markers well. If it was a blank cover, but on the inside back of that cover, there was anything printed that had that waxy cover on it, like all the other interior pages, that wax shit bleeds through to the front blank side. And when you try to ink it, it wants to float around. When you try to alcohol color it with Copics or whatever, it leaves streaks because it just moves around. It doesn't absorb into the paper. So we discovered that blanks that are blank on the outside cover and the inside of the front cover, when both of them are blank, you almost never have to worry about that. But if it's just blank on the front, and when you open the book, the back of that front cover has something printed, they almost always act stupid. And we always tell the fans that, because a lot of times fans will bring us certain books that they want something drawn on. This particular book was that scenario. It was I don't remember what book it was, but it was one of those that there was something printed on the inside of the front cover. And I told the guy from the get-go, I was like, hey, I'm gonna let you know you're wanting this in full color. When I color it, it's gonna be a bit streaky. There's no way around it. And he was like, okay, that's no problem. It's fine. And so I did the artwork. The artwork looked cool. Now the colors were a little streaky, but like I said, I warned him of that. And that guy didn't say shit on the post. And now that fan who brought me that blank to do that commission on was a hardcore fan. Like, he's one of my hardcores. And that guy didn't know no better. So that artist sent that fan a message saying, hey, I'm just curious, what did you pay for that? And he was like, because I can tell you right now, I could do a much better job than what that guy did, and I won't charge you nowhere near that much. That's really that's really terrible that he did that botchy work for that thing. So that fan sent me that conversation, and I posted it on social media, explaining, the difference for the blanks for people that may not know, and how shitty some artists can be. Because he went in private PMs and tried to bash my artwork, thinking that guy would give him work, not realizing that guy was a hardcore fan. And that fan tore him a new asshole. Now blanks, they're not hard to draw on unless you get those bad ones, and they can be tricky. You got to be super careful. Yeah, I can't remember what book it was, but yeah, that was the guy that made the comment about my neck. That I had already blocked him because of his shitty ass comment about my neck tattoo. That one. And and then that fan had shared out that commission he got, and he messaged him trying to bash the artwork, talking about, oh, I can do better. That artwork's terrible. That's a damn shame. Somebody charged you money for that. And it really wasn't that bad. I wish I had a picture of it, but it really wasn't that bad, even though you could see the lines just a little bit in the marker work, but there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, there's no way to fix that or outrun that. That's just the way those blanks work. Now when we know we're about to work on one of those kind of blanks, we try to talk them into just doing pencils, because then you're fine. But some people are, they want what they want, and my job is to give them what they want. I fill them in on the issues or the problems that could be with that type of material. And if they okay it at that point, they okay it, But he's petty. He's petty. That's sadly, like I told you guys, if we outed all the petty shit that happens behind the doors in this industry, holy Jesus. We need a reality crew. That's what we need. We need a reality crew following one of us around. Oh my God. If y'all this shit is it's like high school or Atlanta Housewives bullshit. It's just petty, jealous ass people. It's everybody else's damn fault that they're not where they think they should be. But yeah, it's but like I said, I don't really pay it much attention anymore. It used to bother me at first because, again, I do like seeing other people succeed. Coming from the insurance world, like I've talked to you guys about before, for 7.5 years, we were trained in making sure everyone around us was actually doing well and doing great. Then you come here and you listen to everybody, spew that bullshit on while they're live or while they're standing in front of people at a show. They talk this community and they talk this love and lifting everyone up, and you realize that's not real. It's not. It's no more real than these damn celebrities trying to fucking virtue signal. That's about what it looks like. Now, are there, like I've mentioned before, there are good people in this industry. The majority, well, I can't say the majority because obviously I haven't met the majority of everybody in this industry. Even though I might be at a show where there's 300 artists there, I'm not meeting every single artist and creator there. You know what I'm saying? I might meet one or two, and that's usually just because they're sitting right around me because I'm working. I'm not walking up and down the aisles trying to meet and greet. I'm not acting like Martin Zavala walking up and down every damn aisle trying to ask, kiss, and shake hands with every damn booth I can come to so I can con everybody into thinking I'm a good guy. Um, so and I learned a long time ago, anybody that does that shit, I don't trust them anyway. Anybody who virtue signals, I don't trust. Anybody who's walking up and down the aisle, shaking every person's hand, kissing ass on everybody, I don't trust. You know, anybody I see white knighting shit up, I don't trust. Now, I'm not talking about somebody that just has morals and they just won't tolerate the bullshit or they don't take part in it. Like, that's fine. What's okay? You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that just, you know, like even if you're talking about celebrities, like the bullshit with Billie Eilish, that the fake virtue signaling, that chick is dirty as hell, and so is her brother. You know, I don't trust them as far as I can pitch their ass. So you see that kind of shit. The people that supposedly having all these other issues with stuff, I don't try. I'd love to see their computer search history. You know what I mean? I don't trust their asses either. These supposedly offended ass white women and all their bullshit problems that they claim that they have issues with. I'd love to see their computer search history. You know, I just don't trust them. When people are doing shit, attacking others and slandering others and all this other shit, I just don't trust them. You know what I mean? So I stay away from them. You know, I go to the cons, I do my shows, I go eat, I go back to the hotel and work, I do it all over the next day, and I go home. I don't give a shit about hanging out with them. I don't give a shit about being friends with them. You know, because they're not benefiting my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only people I give a shit about being in a circle with are the fans who support me, the other co-creators and artists who support me, that share, that help, that promote, that take part. You know what I mean? That I don't give a shit about the randoms. I don't need to be like you. You're not going to see me on some artist's post kissing their ass because they've been in the business 25 years. You'll see these others do it. They're walking up and down the aisles at the show. Oh man, oh, it's so great to meet you. You're such an awesome guy. And they're in, you know, no, you won't. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. It's just I'm not going to play the fake ass bullshit because they don't give a shit about that guy. They're kissing the ass, hoping it gets them somewhere. They're going to their post, commenting on their post, hoping it gets them somewhere. They don't give a shit about them. You know how many times I've sat in pro row and listened to one pro smile and shake hands and hug someone else, and the minute they walk off, they talk shit on them? So no, I don't need them and I don't trust them. So you know, there's only a few pros out there that I even associate with. Now, there's a lot of pros I haven't met, don't know nothing about, you know, but a lot of them I have met. I'm sitting there going, oh, damn. I've heard some of these, and I'm not going to name drop anybody, you know, with as far as that's concerned. It's shitty. I wish they wouldn't do it, but I mean, I've heard some of these guys talk shit about fans when they walked away from their table after spending money at their table, and I'm sitting here just like shaking my head, like it blows my mind. Hang on one second. I'm gonna go get something else to drink. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. Oh, so that's what I tell new artists. I tell them, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about trying to make friends with a whole bunch of damn people. It's not worth it. It doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't benefit you. And most of the time, it's going to kick you in the balls when you find out somebody that you've been being real nice to have been talking shit about you behind your back. So just stay away from it. Just concentrate on your fans. Concentrate on the people who actually walk the walk, and just concentrate on your work. Keep all the other shit to yourself. Don't worry about politics. Keep all that shit to yourself. It does no damn good to try to talk about any of that bullshit. Which, to be fair with everybody ought to keep all their politics to their damn self. You're not going to change nobody's mind. You arguing with random Joe Blow or her, whatever, he, she, it, whatever the hell the case is, you're not going to fix anything. You're just not. You're not going to change anybody's mind. No, because nobody's here to listen. So don't even worry about it. Especially don't worry about it if you're trying to run a business. And I don't give a shit what kind of business it is. If you're trying to run a business, stay the hell out of that shit. Just, vote how you want to vote, and, and that's it. That's really all you can do. Let's see. Man, you artists or friends of artists, y'all better go grab a damn spot in this raffle. $450 worth of Olo markers, brand spanking new to the winner. 96 colors. Go grab a spot in that raffle. It's about half full. So go grab a spot in that raffle. Let's see. I guess that's it as far as. Yeah, that's the way. But, sadly, for some reason, a lot of people in this industry, they have this weird thought process. They think if they talk enough shit on someone or smear their name enough with their circle of people, that somehow it's going to generate more income for them. And it doesn't work that way. Mitch, it's there on my Facebook page. It's in the art group. It's on the art page, and it's on my personal page. Let me see if I can copy the link and put it here in the chat. Hang on one second, but it's right there on my page, though. You should be able to find it with no problem. But yeah, you guys make sure you go show Nicholas some love and grab that retailer exclusive for Rise of the Mummy. It's a good book too, and it's a one-shot book, so it's not like it's this series of books that you guys have to try to keep up with. Bambi hardback. That's weird. I put the link, I guess. Oh, no, I got to put the link over here. Is where I got to put it. All right, hang on. Let's see. Where's. Shit, you can't leave. I put the comment on the damn link on Facebook. Did it work that time? Oh. There we go. That should be the link to the actual post. Yeah, you just got to ignore it. I mean, don't get me wrong now. I mean, whenever I catch them at a show, I give them an opportunity to talk shit in person. It's amazing how they don't ever have anything to say at that point. It's really strange. You know, um, that's kind of funny. Now, dipshit, if I ever catch him, that one there won't be no talking with him. But he usually bounces about 40 minutes a day. Any show that we're at the same show at, he usually leaves about 30, 40 minutes before the show's over, so I can't catch him. I'll eventually get him though, and we won't be talking. But that's a different ball game. Oh yeah, the hardbacks. Yeah. If anybody, because I collect hardbacks, I got a pretty big library of books, all types of books. Love vintage, especially when it comes to hardbacks. But any hardbacks are fine. It doesn't matter whether they're modern or vintage or whatever. Yeah, if anybody ever has any hardbacks, send them in a box. Don't, I wouldn't try to send one, unless that's the only one you got. But yeah, if you have if you have any, send them my way. I'll put them on my bookshelf in my library. We're supposed to know tomorrow whether we're getting that. All right. So here's the thing with the house for those that might have been wondering what's going on. So let me grab this little picture. So we have a home that is for sale here near us. Let's see. I don't even know if I can find the picture now. Probably down. Oh, no, well, there it is right there. I found it that damn quick. Okay, never mind. So Andrea and I are looking to buy a home, and we weren't necessarily looking right this moment, but when we booked our wedding, Andrea and I are getting married this year, Halloween night. It's going to be a Victorian style masquerade ball wedding. Halloween night. But we were talking to the lady who we were renting the venue from, and that lady owns multiple, vintage homes, built in the early 1900s and stuff like that. And I told her that I'm looking for something like that, and she told me about a home that was a few blocks away near the what's it called? The historic district. And it's a home built in 1899. So we went down there to look at it, and it had a sale pending sign. So I actually called the realtor. He came out and met with us that night. We looked through the house. I really want it. She really wants it. It was a pending sale. He was telling me that they're having issues with her, that she technically violated their agreement so far. Her buying the house was pending on her selling her other house and then other shit. And it's been this whole back and forth thing, nightmare, according to him. But I guess according to the contract, he's supposed to give her till the 6th of February to be finalized or move on. And that's supposed to be tomorrow. Now, don't get me wrong, then we still have to hope we get approved for the home, which I don't think that'll be a problem. Shouldn't be. But that's still always a thought in my head. We might go through all this, get her getting out of the way, and then something goes wrong and we still can't get the damn thing. I don't know. But this is what the home looks like. And oh my God, dude, I love it. It definitely fits what I want and what Andrea wants. So, but this is what it looks like. Built in 1899. Absolutely beautiful home. Now it's got some few minor issues to it and everything, because that's just the way it goes with a home that old. But it was some of the stuff in it was remodeled in 1994. This has been a one-family home. Even the realtor who is selling the home, that's his family home where he grew up. His uncle is who owns the home right now, and his uncle's elderly. The house is too big. He bought a house across the street. But yeah, so tomorrow we're supposed to know what's up. And I hope we get it. I hope this lady gets the hell out of the way. It's got a good bit of vintage furniture still in the home that we get to keep if we buy it. So I'm super excited about that too. No, you should probably keep your boyfriend's testicles out of your mouth. That's probably what you should do. I mean, that'd probably be the smart thing, you know. But you know, hey, weird is weird, man. You know, if you like them in your mouth, knock yourself out. Um, but you know, so we'll see. We're supposed to have that answer tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be the end of the day kind of answer, but all right, have a good one, Jim. Yeah, I'm about to get off here. I got to leave at like 5 in the morning. So, you bet. Oh, yeah, Jim, to answer your question, any books, just send it to the P.O. box. Thank you. But, man, I hope. It's like I said, it's got a few minor issues, nothing major. It's stuff I can fix. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, that's what we're waiting on. Um, I definitely hope we get it. It's on like all right at a full acre. I do wish it was a little bit bigger land spot that it's on. But it's technically 3 bedrooms upstairs and then another room upstairs. Then there's downstairs has the kitchen, has the dining room, and then it has the parlor, and then it has the living room. It's got kind of a wraparound, half wraparound porch, front porch, side porch, back porch scenario. Then upstairs, it has a door out to a balcony porch. Um, it's on a 0.7 lot, so it has a good size front yard, good size backyard. Backyard is fenced in. There's a greenhouse, a really large greenhouse on the property. There's an outside brick patio thing with a brick fireplace. I'm hoping, man. I hope. I definitely hope. I really, really, really like this house. It's got so much character on the inside. The outside has a beautiful look to it, in my opinion. And normally, I'm not that fond of white, but I think it looks great on this one. I think it works. Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm hoping by end of business day tomorrow, we'll have and we're supposed to have an answer one way or the other about whether we can move forward with us trying to buy it. So I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here. It's almost 8 o'clock. Like I said, I got to leave at like 5 in the morning, headed to Akron, Ohio. So be sure to come see me at Akronomicon this weekend in Akron, Saturday. It's 1-day show. So come out, hang out. I'm praying like hell the roads are drivable between here and down Akron. I mean, I know the roads are fine between here and like Tennessee. I just don't know about anything past Tennessee. I hope they're okay. But yeah, so be ready. Don't forget this Saturday, Path of the Pale Rider Kickstarter launches for Lori Calcaterra. I've got 2 covers on that Kickstarter. One of the covers has a nice, so that's the cover for issue number 8 with the nice and naughty. Then also I have a relaunch cover for issue number 2. That's the cover right there for that, for Path of Pale Rider. So make sure you guys show up and show Lori some love on Saturday and back to Kickstarter for it. It's a great book. You'll actually really love the story. Don't forget, if you're into medals, I have two, I believe, each left of the Batman 11x17 medal and the Ghost Rider medal 11x17. They both come signed, numbered with COAs. The claim post is on my page there somewhere. Don't forget, if you can, jump over and grab a copy of my Rise of the Mummy, retailer exclusive for Nicholas. And was it called Real? Is it Real Time Comics? Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Hang on one second. Oh, Realistic Comic Book. Sorry about that, Nick. Realistic Comic Books. This is their retailer exclusive for Rise of the Mummy. Beautiful artwork by David and colors by Dan. Make sure you go grab a copy of that if you can. Don't forget to jump over and back Omnia Servo. Issue number 2 Kickstarter's live right now. They're almost to their first stretch goal, unlocking a free item for all physical backers. So make sure you go over and grab my female version of the God of War Ares. They've got 3 versions of my cover on there, the pencil sketch cover, then the trade dress, and the Virgin. So go show some love for Mike too. Don't forget February the 14th, Valentine's Day, we launched Psycho Sal Collector's Edition, all 9 books in one omnibus for you guys. We will have it in softback and hardback. We will have it in regular cover and the blood cover. Everybody loves the damn blood covers, and I'm so glad. But yeah, so jump over and grab those things, show that love and support. Don't forget to go jump on the raffle for the $450 96 marker set of Olo markers. So go grab one of those. Damn, somebody's starving for attention. I wonder whose little alt that is. How much you want to bet that's one of the little dipshits that don't like being called out. But yeah, so be sure to go check that out. You know, it's one of those things that you know, indie's got a lot of good stuff. There's some good creators out there. There's some, you know, so-sos, but check out Path of Pale Rider, check out Omnia Servo, go show Nicholas some love with Realistic Comics. You know, those guys are people who are constantly supporting indie creators, that are constantly giving back to fans. So go show them some love. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here, guys. You have a wonderful night. I love you. Be good. Show some support. Go grab a raffle on the Olos. Go grab a raffle spot. That's a great prize, whether you're an artist or a friend of an artist or a family member of an artist. Those are some damn good alcohol markers, in my opinion. Those and Copics are the #1 and #2 markers on the market. So go grab that. Those are brand spanking new. I was thinking about switching to Olos, but then I was like, I've got almost a $3,000 set of Copics in there, and it is way hard to try to raffle off $3,000 worth of Copics. I'll just raffle off the Olos. And then once I go through all of my refills in there on those, because I got like 50 something damn refills. So once I go through that, I'm going to make the switch to Olos. But right now, take advantage. Go grab a spot in that. You can give them to your favorite artist or give them to a family member that's an artist if you win. Or if you're an artist, keep them and use them yourself. $450 worth of markers. Brand spanking new. So anyway, go grab a spot. I'll talk to you guys later. See some of you Saturday in Akron, Ohio. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for hanging out.